Buddy in here, right? Oh man, it would be crazy if somebody walks in here with some Daedric shit and I can steal it. I mean, who's gonna stop me from taking the weapon? I barely broke a sweat. Washed the grime of battle off of ourselves. Hey, what's up? I won. Oh, he gave me 50 gold for killing somebody.
You ain't so bad after all, pit dog. You may even survive enough matches to advance in rank.
You're really that surprised?
Okay, so you're not a complete loser.
What if my rings would make my fist do more damage? How many rings can I even equip? I assume like 1 or 2. I should do extra damage just by having like a cursed ring on or something. Wait until I get my disarms too. These guys are gonna be in trouble. He's rocked! The fact that they're getting heals, who are they getting healed by? Hand to hand's at 38. I need to get it to 50. Thing is, I'm gonna have to level up because I have to get strength, and I can't get strength without leveling up. My damage is gonna fall off like crazy. Shit. If I was a little harder, I'm not gonna lie. They hurt me a little bit more anyway. It wasn't even close.
Okay, so you did it again. What do you want from me, a hug?
I want more money. You ain't gonna be calling me pit dog forever. Soon it's gonna be yes sir, no sir, yes champion. It's nice that they have a symbol in the top right to let you know that you can level up. Just go to sleep and you can level up. The thing is, my unarmed combat is upgrading. Does it do more damage by that upgrading, or is it just to unlock those certain like bonuses and stuff? Surely like somebody fighting with like 20 hand-to-hand versus 50, there's definitely a damage difference, right? Sick pussy! I beat him with my bare fist!
I got hiccups.
What armor's broken? What are we talking
baby
about?
shit.
Oh, my helmet. I mean, I could take it off. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, skip all the bullshit. Just pay me, pussy.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're no longer a pit dog.
Oh.
That's right. You've actually advanced in rank. Congratulations, Brawler. You know what Brawler rank is worth around here? Nothing.
All right, I'll just go fuck myself. I mean, eventually I'm gonna get stopped, right? Surely the only way to get stronger is to get more strength, right? So I have to level up.
Take that. Not the best you can do.
Hey.
Oh, that's crazy.
These games I just like really I just don't
That's
know my way
interesting.
playing.
Ooh, you like that? Hand to hand 39. 11 more levels. Pussy! Set! Woo! Shit!
4 wins is okay, kid, but it don't make you grand champion.
Oh, I killed 4 people already. Oh, I'm fighting 2 people this time.
Can the blue team's brawler possibly hope to defeat the yellow team's wood elf twin sisters? Let's find out.
Maybe one of them is ranged. I'm gonna use the pillars, I think. They are. They have a bow. I'll fight the Claymore one then. Oh, I didn't even pull out my fist. I'm sorry. Pussy!
You can do. Die, blue team coward!
Yeah, you like that? Drop their ass. Okay. And now I'll just sit right here behind this pole and heal up a little bit. What the fuck? She's cheating! Guys, she turned on the speed hacks. I have to wear some stupid ass armor, but they're allowed to fucking hack? Oh, I gotta spin it in circles. She can't even tell where she's going. Oh, sick! Elven bow. Ooh, I need some elven shit. Can't even be excited about weapons because I'm just gonna punch people. I just have to wake up and be excited that I'm attached to my own weapons. Okay, my game crashed. My game crashed again, but at least it auto-saved. I can't believe they're only paying me this small amount for it. I could have traveled into a place, picked a bunch of stuff up just to fill up my bags, and I would have made more money. Although I am leveling up skills, so... He's rocked. He's getting heals. Pussy. He's rocked. Boom! That was a pretty tough fight, I ain't gonna lie. Acrobats is at 21. At 25, I get that little dodge, so that might help in these fights. I should be able to just stand there and block and then dash. Now, blocking with fists is probably not very good, but, you know.
Okay, so you can fight.
I don't know how many people I have to kill. I'm a bloodletter.
More gold for more blood.
It better be more. I better be able to go through this whole thing, and you guys have paid me like 10K at least. The stories will get all around the city. You guys see that absolute marauder down there in the pits? They say that he eats his opponents after he kills them, and he only kills them with his bare hands. One time I've seen him rip a man's head clean off. Look at that move speed he gets. He's rocked again. I don't know how to.
See my boy Tommy G.
How would you define
video down in Lawrence,
Scientology?
bro? Come on,
The
bro.
family destroying human trafficking cult. When you die, it's just your body that died. You as a fake, you just jump into another body.
So I was born in Scientology from the very first breath that I took. I was in the billion-year contract.
Pledging themselves lifetime after lifetime for 1 billion years. Pat Harney, you gotta relax. This is public, right? You open it up. All are welcome.
Is Tommy G rage baiting in the big 2025? Rage baiting in 2025, man. I'm going to Tommy fucking G.
Whoa.
Yo,
where is the private property line?
You need to leave right now.
Don't
it's
touch
private
me.
property.
Don't touch me.
It's private property. You need to leave right now.
How's this Sea Org treating you? We can help you get out if you want to.
Yeah, get out. Get out.
Don't
You're
push
trespassing.
Where's the line?
Okay.
Where's the line?
Pepper spray. Now you get out or I'm gonna use it.
Before I begin exposing one of America's most notorious cults and reveal to you what they do behind closed doors, first let's get you up to speed on what this religion is. Scientology is a religion that was started by L. Ron Hubbard, a man who also happens to have the Guinness World Record for being one of the most published science fiction writers of all time. It's a bit of a complicated religion, so bear with me, folks. It's based on the premise that a galactic overlord named Xenu brought billions of beings to Earth millions of years ago, chucked them into volcanoes, exploded them with bombs, and created creatures called Thetans, which essentially is this invisible spirit that attaches itself to you and is responsible for all of the negative things in your life, ranging from anxiety, addiction, emotional pain, and more. And the only way to remove these pesky Thetans from your body is to follow L. Ron Hubbard's foolproof process. His methods involve pain.
I'll tell you right now, there's definitely one holding me down, but it's alright, bro. I'm like that nigga from seven deadly sins, bro. I'm gonna hit him with the full counter, bro. I don't care. Alright,
boatloads of money to the church for courses called auditing classes, and even signing yourself up for a lucrative billion-year contract to the church. This cult has a shocking list of charges against it made by former members who allege the following.
From the age of 2 on, you sometimes saw your parents only once a week.
Yeah. I remember we had one nanny, she was like 16 years old, and she was like stuck with like infants, like.
It was, that whole thought process pretty much just stopped at the point where I was like, I don't know what to do about this.
In order to investigate this religion for ourselves, we head to Scientology's 2 main hubs, Clearwater, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. What we find is a world guarded by secrecy. We have numerous clashes with church security. We hear heartbreaking stories from former members who were born into the religion, and we observe how Scientology has put a stranglehold on the city of Clearwater. Folks, truth is the most powerful weapon we have against lies, manipulation, and corruption. This is what Scientology does not want you to see.
Folks, before I stick my boot up Scientology's ass, I got an announcement for you. These sweatshirts that have sold out many times, we finally restocked. We also have a gray version right here, a new colorway.
Cop is merch, bro. Shout out. W promo.
And also one of my favorite t-shirts we ever made from the Underworld collection on the website, TommyJMcGee.com.
Tommy motherfucking G. Goddamn Florida. Goddamn Floridian. Yo, shit, I was there, bro, last week, bro. I was playing golf, you know. Its own little course. It's not even golf. Oh my god.
Between Clearwater and Los Angeles, this is where Scientology is primarily located.
What hotel would it be cool
to start
if
this
it had a
operation,
mini golf
and
in
we'll
it?
be
What the
boots on
fuck?
ground here in Clearwater,
That's some Las
Florida.
Vegas shit, y'all. Take me out Las Vegas. You know, I know there's some fine females out in this world, you know.
They need a union.
So you don't gotta be the prettiest thing ever. Obviously, that's not the I'm looking for your heart. I'm trying to see where your head's at.
But look, like the Scientology people on the roof right there, maybe trying to sign a $1 billion contract to Sea Org for $50 a week.
She vaping in 2025? Vaping in 2025?
I have been helping people who have been abused or defrauded by Scientology.
This is Mark Bunker, a journalist, activist, city councilman, and Clearwater resident who spent over 2 decades fighting against Scientology. While many others would fold under the harassment and intimidation campaign that the church used on him, he has refused to be silenced. We pick him up and drive around Clearwater, and he helps us navigate Scientology's territory.
Is there a gathering place where they want to bring me in to tell me more about it?
There's a welcome center. This is the Hacienda Gardens, and this is where the Sea Org members live. They sign a billion-year contract to work for Scientology. The trees are going to cover up one area or level until boom, right here. Apparently, Miscavige lives behind those trees.
We would be kept up all night and sleep for a few hours under our desk. Basically, any little sense of joy that you had, there were people marching around trying to take it away. My name is Jenna Miscavige, and I was born and raised in Scientology, and I left when I was 22 years old.
This is Jenna Miscavige. She was born into Scientology and is the niece of David Miscavige, the man who seized power of the church in 1987 after L. Ron Hubbard died and has ruled the church with an iron fist, allegedly, ever since. This is kind of like if Kim Jong-un's niece fled North Korea, lived to tell the tale, and we got to interview her. In Scientology, her life was tightly controlled. She endured intense indoctrination, physical labor, and emotional manipulation. Here's what she had to say.
When I was 9 years old, I did what Scientology calls a purification rundown, where I had to be in a sauna for 5 hours a day. Yeah, and I would get like bloody noses even, but you have to keep going until you achieve whatever it is they want you to. Like, you have to voice something that's the result of that program, or else you have to keep doing it, basically.
Well, my name is Serge. I grew up in Scientology.
And after surviving a period of horrific neglect as a child, the church began to groom him to be a rising star of their auditing team. Auditing, by the way, is one of the main exercises of this religion. It's the practice of someone getting relentlessly questioned until they are able to release painful or traumatic thoughts that they may be holding on to, believing that once they do that, they can free themselves of this negative baggage they are holding on to. This is his account of what he experienced.
Tell you, bro. Just spark that bitch up and you'll be fine. It don't matter.
Kids go from the very bottom of the org board, which is like the maids, the ones that are like 14-year-olds doing the beds of the adults that are booking rooms at the hotels, right? They recruit all the little young ones because they can have them do anything.
As a 12-year-old, basically, they put me into full-time training. So I was basically studying full-time. In Scientology, they would just call it an auditor. And then at one point that switched where I changed to be training to be the person who trains auditors.
This is Aaron Smith-Levin. His mom got him into Scientology at an early age, and after being pushed to drop out of public school at only 12 years old, he spent most of his waking hours working for the church. Now all grown up and free from the cult, he is one of Scientology's most active critics, known for his YouTube channel Growing Up in Scientology.
I worked full-time for Scientology from the age of 12 to 26. I was taken out of school to work full-time for Scientology. I never went to high school. I don't have a diploma or anything like that.
Aaron's brother and I become like these like child prodigies that David Miscavige and Shelley were very obsessed with because we completed the metering course and got a license. We were the first kids that were able to read the e-meter.
For reference, an e-meter is a sort of primitive lie detector that Scientology uses during auditing sessions to see if you are telling the truth. If an e-meter indicates to an auditor that you may be hiding something, even your darkest secret, you will be questioned again and again and again until you reveal that thought.
Perfectly on a video and get a pass by Shelley Miscavige, which was like the biggest deal in the world at the time.
You weren't just born into any family in Scientology, the Miscavige family.
Of course, in attempting to get both sides of the story, we sent multiple interview requests to Scientology to speak to David Miscavige or a media representative. But due to the disastrous feedback they get when they do speak publicly, the church quite simply does not do interviews. In fact, David Miscavige has only done one interview with a journalist, with Ted Koppel back in 1992.
You realize there's a little bit of a problem in getting people to talk critically about the Church of Scientology, because quite frankly, they're scared.
Oh, no.
Well,
And since then, and for over 30 years, he has been radio silent except for totally scripted and bizarre Scientology-made media that looks like this.
Whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you, we are not what you expect.
For a man that rules Scientology like a big tough guy, little David folds like a lawn chair when it comes to any sort of accountability or questions from the public. But there may be a reason for that. Here are some of the allegations against David.
You have written a whole book about your son, and you've called the book Ruthless.
Yeah. A very, very aggressive style and a tendency to violent outbursts that are physical in nature.
And to give you an idea...
Bro, that dude didn't even say anything. Bro, right? This clip?
Violent outburst style.
Called the book Ruthless.
Yeah. A very, very aggressive style and a tendency to violent outbursts.
You said the same thing twice, just like
that are physical in nature.
And to give you an idea of what type of guy he is, just look at what he did to his own parents that left Scientology. He and the church published hit piece websites about his parents, claiming his dad to be nothing more than a pots and pans salesman who punches his wife, and also adding that he lied about his book, saying that he was not in prison, he was not starved,
but
he
I
did not
don't
have to
mean
escape
shit.
from the church. And then he made his stepmom out to be a lying gold digger who wants to exploit her stepson for fame. My guy Keegan did some digging and found out that after David's parents escaped the church, they eventually settled down in West Allis, which is only 10 minutes from us in Milwaukee. He FOIA requested West Allis police records and found that Scientology paid a private investigator 10 grand a week to tail his dad and give hourly reports on his activities and whereabouts. This private investigator was found with a gun, silencer, and over 2,000 rounds of ammunition in his trunk. Stalking people with private investigators is allegedly.
You know how hard it is just to get a silencer? Let me not keep my mouth open.
Favorite tactic of this lovely church, and shows you just the tip of the iceberg of how much Scientology tries to ruin your life if you leave the religion or try and speak out against them.
I don't know how many people they squeeze into one apartment. 8 to 12, I believe.
From the outside, it looks like a normal Florida apartment complex. What they are is 2 and 3 bedroom units where you've got like 4 bunk beds in the living room, 4 more bunk beds in each bedroom. Like you could be fitting like 15 people, easily 15 people into a unit. Like it's illegal.
They'll charge you for the apartment, for the food, for this, that, and the other thing. So if you leave, there are people who leave with that and the other thing.
Exclusive inside the town of Scientology, built where Tom Cruise. Actually, that I learned that. I watched a documentary about Tom Cruise. And that's where I learned this shit from. John, whoever that nigga is. Christy, whatever that bit. Out of here. Rule the vast. Estimates while org members live 6 to a room and pay $100K to learn a superpower. 100K to learn superpowers. What fucking superpowers is that, bro?
If you
just
leave,
looking straight into
there
their
are
soul and
people
just
who
understanding
leave
who you
with
can do and you cannot.
$100,000
Your position is like chess.
So I was born in Scientology from the very first breath that I took. I was in the billion-year contract wrapped up because my parents had been recruited to go to the AF. My parents are from North Mexico. I grew up in appalling conditions in Mexico. The cadet org was disgusting. It was like 100 kids. I remember we had one nanny. She was like 16 years old and she was like stuck with like infants. Like my sister also grew up there, and I remember still like her being in a crib, you know, like with full of urine, like no care for the babies at all.
Folks, we gotta emphasize what we just heard because it's so crazy. Imagine this, dozens of babies in a room, many of them crying, needing to be held, sitting in their own dirty diaper, and just one overwhelmed teenager caring for them, allegedly. It's sickening, and the reason, allegedly, this is done is because good old L. Ron Hubbard basically believes that babies should be treated like adults and they don't need any special sort of care or attention.
From the age of 2 on, you sometimes saw your parents only once a week.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
So my parents worked for Scientology's most dedicated group called the Sea Org, the Sea Organization. They signed a contract pledging themselves lifetime after lifetime for 1 billion years to servitude to Scientology. It meant that they worked like 115-hour weeks. They got little to no time off.
Kids that were born into the Sea Org were taken care of by nannies. They didn't see their parents. They were lucky they saw them for an hour a week.
What are the benefits of doing all this? Why would someone devote their life to this?
When you're doing it, you think that you're dedicating yourself to an amazing cause. You think that you're like saving mankind, and it's sort of like the greatest purpose you could have.
And our parents were in this mission to save the world, right? It's like they're all like stuck in this like, you know, job that they were doing for Scientology that they were prioritizing over their newborns, basically.
Well, they really believe they're saving the planet. This is like a mind control factory.
We wanted to get our feet wet with Scientology, so we went to their welcome center where they were selling the Diagnetic books, and I happened to know after doing some research that a lady named Pat sat at the front desk, and she was actually a media liaison, so I thought she'd be a good person to talk to. Here's how this mission went.
Good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm a travel vlogger. Oh, I'm just a travel vlogger. Pat Harney, you gotta relax. This is public, right? You open it up. All are welcome. L. Ron Hubbard. And who is L. Ron Hubbard?
He is a science fiction, Western fantasy author, born in 1911 in Tilden, Nebraska. He is a guy who lived an amazing life, but was a pathological liar and a con man. He basically created Dianetics as sort of this like poor man's psychotherapy, and then a few years later created Scientology.
Hey there, how you doing?
This is a private property.
I'm just trying to buy a book, sir. And why does no one here answer questions?
Might come over here.
Can I buy a book first?
Private property, you can, but you can buy it out here.
Are you like a leader here?
Can you please come outside?
Are you a Sea Org member?
Can you please come outside?
I will come outside if you can answer like 3 questions. I would love to come outside.
Come outside, please. This is private property.
Hey, Elron. All right, Pat, have a good day. I wish we could have talked more, honestly. Hey, guys, they're not really open to the public anymore. We have their Agent Smith coming.
Can you come up?
Oh, no. Agent Smith, what got you into Scientology? Oh, sorry, I'm just...
Can you watch out, sir?
Hold on, I'm standing still. He's taking a picture. I'm trying to pose. I don't want it to be a blurry photo. The Hacienda Gardens, what time do you think I should be by later? Like, do you guys do cookouts or anything like that?
Yeah, something like that.
I bet you guys would actually enjoy...
Check out our website, check out our TV channel, okay? Fantastic.
All right. They answer no questions. I wasn't allowed to buy the book, which I was genuinely, I would have bought the book. I met Pat at the front.
Pat basically a PR person here.
Oh, she's the PR person. No one would answer even one question.
Of course not.
Next, we went to the infamous flag building to see if we could infiltrate and see what was going on inside. Unfortunately, a call to the Clearwater Police Department had already been made, and as soon as I touched the doors, I turned around and saw the police waiting for me.
Looks like the police may have been called and are following us.
There was a call on a van of a suspicious vehicle, so...
A suspicious vehicle?
You guys can film all you...
Miss Officer! Oh, hold on. How you doing, Miss Officer? What is deputy what? The hell? Math Henny? That's close enough to Henny, my heart. You mix that with hypnotic, it turned green. Like them eyes you got. I hope they're not. Wait, my camera's back. I hope that's not no contacts, my heart. And I don't think I'm not getting you in the back. You covering your fucking name.
But just don't.
Why you covering your name up like that, huh?
Nice that way.
Then why? I know them toes are way too.
Gonna do a criminal trespass on you.
I do it.
That means
For the one time, 8 M's, you know, it's like 1 o'clock, 11, 12.
On any of the
I'm there.
But right now, I'm really just trying to talk to one Scientology member that'll answer.
Good luck.
I'll be in that bitch. I'll be in that shit like.
What is it like living in a city that's dominated by Scientology?
It's horrible.
Oh,
we stand there marching in line like
bro.
zombies,
Hell no.
you know, down the street.
What do you think about them owning $200 million worth of real estate?
I mean, if that's what they want to do and they're not hurting anybody else, just as long as they're American citizens.
Well, they bought that
American
whole
citizens.
block,
Here,
2 blocks, I
goddamn,
believe.
better be
And across the
goddamn
street,
American
too.
citizens,
Pay their
motherfucker.
taxes.
Their taxes.
Pay your goddamn taxes.
Yeah, No, well, I disagree with that. Elon Musk
You know, actually, you know what?
needs to get on that.
I stopped
It needs
myself.
to
I
be
was
looked at,
disagree.
investigated, and someone to make a good decision on that, and that's going to be President Trump.
Nobody knows anything.
President Trump.
Is the town trying to do something
President
to...
Trump.
The commissioners are, but what can you do?
Scientology started secretly buying up all the property downtown here in 2017.
BlackRock is already doing that, or whatever they fucking call it, Vanguard, whatever they are, bro. They're already fucking doing that, bro. We're gonna have to be living in apartment buildings.
I was working
We're
in
gonna
the
be living in
hotels,
the
I was doing demolition, I was doing construction,
and like
I was
those
doing
cubicle
HVAC,
offices. Like we're gonna have to
and
be
I was there
living
with
in
several
that
hundred
one
kids from all over the
my
world.
God, I already know.
I was working
That's
7
the
days a
future,
week,
bro.
8
Clip
o'clock
this
in the
shit.
morning to
Actually,
11
don't
o'clock
clip
at
it.
night,
Suck
365 days a year for 4 years.
Actually,
So a
I
lot of it
just
was
might just
training,
clip
a
this
lot
and
of
put it
it
straight into a
was,
YouTube video. Fuck it.
cleaning,
I'm just
and we did like
reacting to
cleaning
Tommy
the rooms of
motherfucking G.
executives, so they would like inspect with a white glove to make sure that we didn't miss anything.
I don't want to play Brawlhalla, no kizzy. I want to play Brawlhalla, but they should piss me off. So, bro, I can't play Brawlhalla, bro. That game pisses me off, bro. Oh my god, bro. They got me thinking about Brawlhalla now. fuck, man.
Tom
And I
Cruise
suck at
gives all
2K, so I can't
credit
play 2K.
to Scientology for
Actually, I
his
might buy
success.
2K.
Tom
then,
Cruise is
I
Tom
don't know.
Cruise
Not
because
this
he's
year, the
Tom
next year
Cruise.
one.
Not
Whenever that
because
shit
of
comes out.
Scientology.
I might buy that
Every
one.
single window is
The
closed.
last one I actually played
Every
was
single
2017.
blinds that you could see into
bueno.
is
No
closed at a certain
bueno.
level until
Actually,
it ends.
2K19
They're
maybe.
very don't look in here
That sounds
type
like
of
a pretty
place.
good
What was going
That
through
sounds
your
like a good
head
one,
when your
too.
parents decided we're going back into it?
Since my whole
And I can't play
entire
Apex
family was
anymore. Alright, I
connected
gotta
to
buy
it, it
some
never left
Going
us.
off
So we
topic.
were still kind of like exposed
Relatives were
to
into it
my
as well.
relatives, all my aunts, all my uncles, all my cousins, everybody.
All of them.
I signed a 1 billion year contract, and now I'm there for the rest of my life. And my pay was gonna be $50 a week. So I was like, oh damn, I'm 10K in debt, $50 a week. I'm like, okay, I guess I just have to really make it here.
When I was 12 years old, I was moved across the country here to Clearwater, and my parents were still in California.
Any part of you say something's not right here, something's really wrong?
I don't think that second part added into it. Not like there's something really wrong. It was, that whole thought process pretty much just stopped at the point where I was like, I don't know what to do about this.
Even the higher ups, like yes, they had some things easier, but that's really mostly at the top. I feel like Scientology is like a game of power, and everybody has to report on each other.
It's a war
and
game.
that's how you get to the top, is essentially by throwing other people under the bus. That's the only way you can feel
That's the,
important.
The way to
the 48
happiness,
laws of
this used
power.
to be the Lisa McPherson Trust.
Niggas
This
are
is
living
where we
that
had
shit.
our
They
offices
make sure, look,
right next door to
the fact that building is
Scientology's,
number 33, yo, there's people that pay extra for
Department
that
of,
number too, yo.
Office of Special Affairs was right there. The dirty tricks people, right through there.
33 is a
That was
peel to
my
the eye,
office,
that's
right
why.
behind these windows here. All locked up. They don't want anyone to see what's going on in there now. Now that they know your cameras are here, this entire several blocks of front groups are shut down.
Damn.
One thing that comes to my mind when I walk past all these empty buildings that look like they're fully functioning offices, but no one's here.
Right.
It's like North Korea. It's like a very staged play that you're a part of.
Yeah.
Yet when you look, just
And you
peek
sign
a
up
little
your
bit
kid for
behind the
that?
surface, like
That's crazy.
there's no one.
I mean, they're probably just as brainwashed too, so
All
they don't
the
know.
windows are shut. There's no sunlight coming in. There's no one here. Look. They make it look like someone just had a meeting in here, or let's see if there's a front desk right here. This is an office that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this is an office that should have at least a front desk worker, if not an employee. None of this has anyone in it.
No city on earth feels the negative effects of Scientology quite like Clearwater, Florida. Some fantastic reporting by the Tampa Bay Times reveals how the church has taken over the city. In 1975, the church purchased the Fort Harrison Hotel and made this their headquarters. Over the decades, the church began acquiring real estate at a ferocious
Trying to get a thumbnail,
pace,
guys.
scooping up property after property. Since
Look at
then,
that.
they've poured hundreds of millions into more than 200 buildings, owning the majority of the Clearwater
Look at it,
downtown. Mind you, this is with tax-free money because somehow the IRS lost their balls when confronting the church, ruling in 1993 Scientology to be a tax-exempt religion. The weird thing is, they've left most of the buildings vacant, turning
Tax-exempt?
Clearwater into a sort of North Korean ghost town. The question is why? Insiders speculate it's because they want to show a dominant presence, but the truth is they simply
They gotta
do
fly
not
a drone
have the
just to go
numbers
see
of
them?
people to occupy these buildings,
Yeah.
and it's no surprise. Their peak membership numbers were before the internet, but now that their practices are widely publicized, they are unable to recruit new members and are slowly going extinct. But even as a dying empire, they still have a great deal of power over Clearwater, and they are crushing the businesses in the downtown. Just take it from Tony, a local entrepreneur who is facing dire financial circumstances because of the church.
So this is obviously our place. We start off with the Nash keys, and between like bureaucracy and stagnation, we had harassing phone calls about us not being part of the community, to get out of the town, even death threats later. But it took us 3 years to get these places open, 1.5 years of permitting, more walls than you can imagine were being put up for us, but we got open.
When you say death threats, tell me more
manicure,
about that.
manicure.
Death threats
whatever it
meaning
is.
like poisoning,
Regular jokes, yeah.
harassing, to get the f out of the town. That
Someone tried poisoning you?
No, they allude to that they're going to poison me.
Describe what's happened to this block over time and how Scientology has impeded local business from thriving.
The way they actually affect it is that the negative stigma that has on it, the overbearing control and presence that they portray. They like to portray like a sense of unity that is disheartening to the most of the community.
Is that their bus behind us?
Absolutely. They're more organized than our government.
And their bus windows are black.
Damn, I wish my B had them
they have
tits.
very weird,
them
weird things that they do. I've seen
tits.
a bunch of strange things. This is it.
Tints. I can't
Two-story build,
tints, nigga.
two-story.
Dark ass tints. I have
club.
5% all around. Please.
It is nice.
Bro.
And in the evening times, I've seen this place just booming.
If you want to fight against the empire of Scientology, come into this local business, spend some money, get a cigar, get a drink, and meet this handsome fella right here.
Let's take back Clearwater, $1 at a time, like you just said.
Do you remember what feelings were going on in your head as a 5-year-old that led to the paint thinner?
We had no one to go to. Like, there was no adults around. Like, all the adults were compromised. In 1986, L. Ron Hubbard ends up dead, and because they had seen that a lot of people had left the Scientology because they were treating them so horribly, they would always come back with this amnesty. We're gonna forgive you for all the suppressive acts you committed. If you come back, if you write them down, then we'll forgive you, and then pretend they didn't happen. So that's when my parents got roped back in. They said, you're suppressive because you blew because your child almost died. Oh no, we're gonna forgive you for having left without permission.
To really see what's going on in Hacienda
Left
Gardens,
without
yeah,
permission?
drone operator that's gonna be like,
You tell me that at my 9 to 5, I'm spitting in your face. Shut the fuck
show us
out of
what's
here.
happening, and also show us their real estate
Get the
holdings.
fuck out of here.
Nice to meet you.
The bell doesn't dismiss you out, you nigga. My cock in your mouth. Shut up.
Over to where the pool is, then that will help orient me a little bit.
I knew they were flying a drone. I knew they were flying a drone for the video, but I was trying to find where they were at. And like sometimes they sit
and
outside.
go to the end.
These
That
niggas
was
are inside a
where-
van doing
Right
this
here?
shit.
That was
Yeah, the
Dave's?
end one, yeah. And my mom.
That was the
And that
penthouse
ending.
suite there.
It was just 4 condos, and there would always be a security guard posted.
Yeah, I don't
sitting
really know what a
across the
condo
living
is. You guys live in bunk beds
It's
since
actually
you guys were 2.
lower. That's weird.
Do you think it's a blocker?
That's the only thing I can think of, because they'll let me go up, but it won't let me go back down to where I was.
Interesting.
It's really odd.
Damn.
And you lived in these apartments for how long?
For about 4 years.
I lived here for a few years as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember which block you lived in?
Multiple blocks, but one of the last ones was this one right here.
And you really can't get out unless they let you out. Like, we would have to come out and tell them what we were doing. Like, if it was on one of the mornings where we would do cleaning, and if we wanted to, like, go to the gas station or something like that, we'd have to
Like, even
talk.
going for a walk
That's
outside?
the thing, like a normal apartment complex, you know, the magnetic doors, you know, like if you have gates and magnetic doors, usually you can get out. You might need a key to get in. You cannot get out of this apartment complex without a security guard letting you out and opening the gate.
Is that D block? Why can't I read it? Yeah, that's D block.
Okay, so I lived here in D block.
Yeah.
Like
so
towards
interestingly, they actually
D-block.
turned the camera away from us.
Oh, that's weird. Anyway, so I lived at the end of D block.
Yo, that is weird. You would think they would have a camera set up where you can see like the entrance, but no, the cameras are tilted towards the complex. Like, what? That's some Promised Neverland shit. Bro, if you know that show, you know that show, bro. That's just, yo, this is dead ass some Promised Neverland shit. I wonder if they made that show. Probably didn't make it towards exactly that, but what? If you fucking know, you know, bro. Oh
Like
my
the lower
god.
levels. They actually had fixed these ones up
I
to
gotta
be a
stop
little
saying
bit
that.
nicer.
I gotta change it out.
Would you be surprised?
Holy
if they had
moly.
vehicles patrolling?
I'm sure they have vehicles patrolling.
Is it that? Are they that paranoid?
Yeah. I mean, David Miscavige takes his security as seriously as a head of state.
The car's getting in. Let's get in.
Go, 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 go. Make it, make it, make it.
Hey, we got a meeting with David Miscavige. Go. Hey, you can fucking go back. Hold on. Hold on, please, sir. I just want to ask questions of David. Sir, please. Stop, sir. Sir, please. Oh, sir, ow!
Geez, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5.
There's cameras
on us right
inside
now?
too. You can see it
How
at the
long
top
were your
over there. Oh my
parents out before they went
god.
back
There's like a little post. Like it will be like a
maybe
light
like
bulb
3,
on the
4
road
years.
or whatever. But
then L. Ron
it's a
Hubbard
camera.
dies. They go back to Mexico. They get recruited back in again.
Was their life terrible outside of Scientology?
My grandparents were chill. My grandparents were normal people.
So what would have possibly motivated after they escaped and had freedom for 3 or 4 years?
Scientology caters to a narcissistic personality, because the thing is,
they probably think they're more like the shit.
Promises superiority. It promises you're going to be better than everyone else.
Do you ever get to confront your parents about that or ask them, are they still in it?
No, my parents aren't in Scientology anymore, and they think Scientology is horrible, and they've said that it's like the biggest regret of their life.
How was it escaping Scientology?
Well, I guess the thing is that in Scientology, you know, at certain levels of management, they actually won't let you leave. Like the area will be surrounded by gates and they won't let you out the door. If you manage to leave, they'll chase you, because when you leave, people who are in Scientology are no longer able to speak to you. You can't get a job at a Scientology company. Like in my case, I didn't know how to drive, I didn't have a bank account. And so your livelihood actually getting a job depends on you being connected to these people, or you lose every family member. And so while you can just walk away, that's like totally deceiving. You risk losing everything that's important to you if you do.
I got it in my head.
Bro, fucking LA, Cali. Think about that, bro. Like, that's all you know. You're confined to those walls inside that fucking plaza complex, like all that. You're like the perimeter of that. But think about that for a second, bro. What? That's all you. But you don't know how to drive. You don't have a bank account. You don't have nothing, bro. The world is probably so scary, bro. From their eyes,
storm the Celebrity Center, which is the place that the highest ranking and
go
most
outside, jaywalk on the wrong, bro. Now
actors like
you're cuffed. You don't even know why you're going to jail. Like,
so I wanted to see for myself what was behind these walls.
You don't know where to go. You got no family, because the people you call family, the people who side.
Whoa. Wait, where's the private property line? Where's the line?
On the sidewalk. It's private property. Guys, it's private property.
Is that
on the sidewalk?
He's on private. Oh my God, he's on private property.
Right on the sidewalk.
No, but
you're on private property.
What makes it worth selling your soul for a?
What type of gun is that, buddy? What is that? You ain't got shit on you.
Sidewalk?
No, but
you're on private property.
What makes it?
You're not even a real cop. You're not even a real security guard, bitch.
Your soul for $1 billion years.
Just close. Just move to the sidewalk. That's
Does Tom Cruise know that you guys work for $50 a week?
What we're asking is just to move to the sidewalk. You need to move out here.
Oh, whoa.
Come this way.
Are you?
You need to move off private property.
Why are you bumping and grinding on me? This ain't a Nelly song.
We need you to move off. You're on private property, sir.
How do we talk to someone from Scientology?
You guys need to leave right now. Get off the property. Get off the property. You're trespassing. You need to leave right now. You need to leave right now.
Don't touch
private
me.
Property.
Don't touch me.
It's private property. You need to leave right now. Leave right now. It's private property.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Sir, just need. You just need to be pushing me. Stop pushing me.
You push me.
I see you're on private property. We just need to move off.
That boy Tommy got the oh, bro! Look how we pushed him back, bro. He used his left hand. Look. Get out of here, bro. What?
I see you're on private property. We just need to move.
That boy got scared.
I don't have anything against you.
He might have grown hair and fallen off.
You can escape. You can still can leave. But to think that you would work 80 hours a week, what makes it worth it?
He reminds me like my boy
guys
Julio,
there,
bro.
Are they Scientologists?
Shout out Julio. Or Archie Gold. Yeah, if you know what that's from. Oh my God. That's a 360 days. Xbox 360.
That's the Office of Special Affairs. Sort of like Scientology's FBI, CIA, Secret Service all in one. So they do all the dirty work. They're very high ranking.
Dude, what would have happened if we would have had a fist fight?
That would have been good content.
You would have fucking moved.
This is William Jew. When I told Aaron Levin Smith I was headed to LA to further investigate the church there, he said you gotta meet up with William. Known for his work battling the church on his YouTube channel Scientology.
Who the fuck is this Scientology?
William has spent months documenting and battling Scientology.
Oh, I think I watched like TikToks about them. Like, oh, you don't want to go with them. You don't want to go with them.
Good.
Don't talk to them.
You know, I'm an activist out here. Had a beef with Scientology a couple of years ago, and they said some really crude things to me.
What did they say?
A security guard told me to suck his cock. So I thought that was kind of crude, so I said I'm going to end your religion, and so here we are.
I say that all the time.
They're working 110 hours a week for nothing.
They're literally slaves.
They're slaves, and a lot of these people come from other countries, right? So they bring them here on religious visas, and then once we get here, they take their paperwork away, so now they're stuck.
Should we visit one of their plantations?
So they just bullies.
Let's go.
With like,
all right,
Protection 3 on this shit. Like, they got a shield and everything. It's crazy.
So let's just drive by there real quick, so I can just show you
how you know about
how
driving
to go
by.
about doing it. then park a few blocks away.
Spin the
if you walk in with your cameras,
yeah,
there's no chance. Because when I come walking down the street, I have to hug the wall so they don't see me. The minute she sees me, she goes, they will literally run in there and close the door.
We got our guy, Cheddar, aka Texas Buzz, back for another investigative piece. You may have seen him in the sex, money, murder piece in Dallas, where he infiltrated the prostitution ring. Now we're sending you into Scientology, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
you gotta I don't know too much about this, so I'm just gonna go in there and be genuinely curious, like what's going on.
I think that's the perfect approach. It's gonna be similar to the Clearwater bookstore, so we want to get a fresh perspective. So, Cheddar, good luck on your mission.
Gotcha.
And no tortas on the way there. Just make it straight to the wall, okay? Go get him, Cheddar.
Doors are locked, doors are closed.
Oh, they shut the doors.
Yeah, so they realized. They're no joke with the things.
What happened in there?
No, nothing.
They just closed the doors?
Closed the doors.
Did you see him close the doors?
No.
They already had him closed.
They already had him closed.
This is Dre. He's one of the editors on my team and has been with us for a few months cranking out videos. In making this piece, we found out that he actually had joined Scientology for about a week. Here's what we learned from him.
I'm Dre and I almost joined Scientology. It was back in 2020 that I took a trip out to LA. Being in the area, we always heard about Tom Cruise talking about Scientology. So it was one of those stops I wanted to do. I was just on a regular touristy trip. I was looking at the stars, and then they got people in suits always just walking down and forth closer to the Scientology building. So that's where they got me. Initially, when you go into that building, they have their showroom. So that first half that I stepped into was the museum part. And they have posters, TVs, small little like segments of like who they are. And then once you go into the back room, it looks more of an office, but like higher end office. They have their cubicles. They'll bring you into one of their cubicles and start talking to you. It felt like therapy. The whole time they're very personal. So they're always looking at you. It feels like they actually want to get to know you. We were in there for
trying to get in someone's head and give him a chest, bro.
Like 4 hours.
I'm just trying to get information, so I'll see how far I can take it, man.
Me coming
yeah,
back.
they see me out in public,
and
I'm gonna have to start talking my
how
shit.
long are you here till?
I'm gonna get woke as fuck. I'm gonna turn into a D1 yapper,
do more
bro.
things. So they took me from the initial consultation, I'm gonna call it, and then they pitched me well, we think you'd benefit from this first seminar, which is this book right here. I got this book during that seminar. So someone was leading the course, they showed us videos, we talked about it, they made us like write, so it was a full blown, you're interacting with the person teaching us and then the videos they're showing us.
Was that the last time you went? Like, did you ever return to Scientology?
I never went back, but I know that I continuously get emails and I still get letters sent to me.
Is that Jennifer?
Jennifer
Crosshauer. She's like their main.
I just pull up to their work.
That is Jennifer.
That is Jennifer. Should we talk to her?
Try to.
The lady William spotted is Jennifer Krauskopf. She is Scientology's chief legal officer, even though it's unclear if she even has a license to practice law. She's the one in charge of things like getting restraining orders on protesters and personally signing all legal documents between the church and the city of Los Angeles. We jump out on foot to try and speak with her.
Jennifer, can we talk to you a little bit? How's the Sea Org treating you? We can help you get out if you want to. Jenny!
Stay off the property, you're trespassing.
Where does it start?
Nope.
Can you tell me what the line is?
Private property. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of the property. You're
Get the fuck out. Get out. You're trespassing.
Where's the line?
Okay.
Where's the line?
Pepper spray. Now you get out or I'm gonna use it.
That seems like a crime.
Yes, go ahead, report it.
That's a little pussy move.
See, that was easy.
A real man wouldn't need pepper spray. I would love to see the inside. Has any footage really been captured on the inside?
That must be like a crazy.
Through the windows.
Bro, watch
but every
the
time we
Promised
film through the
Neverland,
windows,
bro.
they try to prosecute. You notice something? No windows are open, right? Shades are down everywhere.
So with the internet, it's almost impossible for them to to recruit.
Yeah.
Before the internet, when information wasn't exposed, it was a cool hip Hollywood thing. All the LA people were doing it. Monkey see, monkey do. But that ship has sailed.
Yeah, the Celebrity Center, the reason they bought the Celebrity Center is that was going to be their main recruiting spot. That's where all the stars are going to come hang out, and you know what? I want to be part of that. That's cool. And they give acting classes there for free? Hell yeah, I want to go there. Little do you know, it's not really an acting class, you're just being recruited in. But now, because of information, all the younger generation knows. They're like, oh no, that place is a cult.
What was the moment that drove you to the point where you said, I gotta get out of here?
It's hard to just say one moment because so many things happened throughout my life, so many things that were horrible, so many things that should have been the moment. But it was after a period of time where I had been on a Scientology mission that was in an area where it wasn't as so rigid as the base that I had returned to after, where they weren't letting people sleep. They were like, if you were to fall asleep during an L. Ron Hubbard lecture, they would make you like, they would first embarrass you in front of everybody by screaming at you, and then they would make you scrub the dumpster with a toothbrush, and we weren't having any time off at all. So it was just getting more and more strict.
What made your parents leave?
They were at Scientology's international management base, and so they were witness to a lot of things that were going on there, including my uncle David Miscavige, who's the leader of Scientology, like physically beating staff.
Like punching him?
Yeah, like punching in the face. And my parents themselves were separated from each other for many, many years.
I wonder how many things they think is normal, but is really not, and they had to unlearn
actually,
it.
I do often feel that way. I mean, I don't like go around being angry at it all the time. There was a period when I first came out of Scientology when I was angry at certain things that happened, but honestly,
like people
once
who were there
I
since
became
like
a mom,
they were
I
little
actually started to get
jits.
a little bit more angry about my childhood because I just didn't know.
What's your prediction about the future of Scientology?
These stories of how Scientology treats children are going to come out more and more, and people are going to be disgusted by them. So I feel like the more stories that come out into the public, the more, whether it's a legal battle that takes them down or just like a public relations or both, it's like nobody will join, they'll eventually be bled dry, and hopefully they have some legal battles that they lose as well, and it all comes together.
To show you how full of lies and manipulation this church is, just check out this 911 call they made on us.
I wonder how many people is actually like...
5906 just left 1306 L. Ron Hubbard Way, Church of Scientology. CPR can direct to suspects 45 male whites. No further suspect vehicles.
They claimed we burglarized the church and fled the scene in our rental car. Here is us saying hello to the LAPD when they reported to the scene.
They're pointing at us. You want to pull up my talk phone?
Hey there!
Missed the entire
So apparently the LAPD showed up to the scene.
Yeah, just walk right here and just walk up.
Give my regards to Xenu, okay? Thank you.
One thing to question is this. When there are repeated calls to a location like there is with Scientology, typically a city will label the property a nuisance property, which means the property in question must correct their issues or face legal action from the city. So why is it that Scientology can blatantly lie, allegedly, and disproportionately use city resources without repercussions? And keep in mind they are doing this as an entity that does not even pay taxes.
All right, folks, that was a look into the world of Scientology. If you'd like to see more of William's stuff, his Instagram and YouTube is tagged in the description. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Don't join a cult. We'll see you next week. And my final thoughts is I send my regards to David Miscavige. Peace.
Folks, after seeing all this, you might be wondering a few things. Like, number one, why in the fuck has the FBI not kicked down this place's door, raided them, and gotten everyone responsible for child neglect and the other insane behaviors, allegedly, arrested? The other thing that comes to mind is how in the God's green earth is this place tax exempt after amassing a multi-$100 million real estate portfolio? I guess I'm gonna start my own religion so I can get rich too. Folks, I don't have all of these answers, but what I do know is this. If you send me other leads to cults, churches, people that need investigating, I will go boots on the ground. So send me leads to TommyGMcGee123@gmail.com.
He joined. That's what it was. This is the recruitment video for Tommy G. Tommy G's he's recruiting. Tommy motherfucking G, bro. W fucking video, man. Always, bro. Every bit, legit. I wonder how much this shit costs. Let's see how much this costs for Tommy G's motherfucking hoodie. Shop all. 62 beans. Oh, I want one of these right here. Big dogs gotta eat. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna end this stream here. Or YouTube, if you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you like this video. Comment down below who else we should react to. Shout out my nigga Jeff, bro. Yo, man, I want to meet Jeff. That's who I want to talk to. I want to see what go through his head. I actually meet him in person. But Tommy motherfucking G, shout out to him, bro. This video is violent, bro. I only knew about, damn, what tour? I think I forgot where I watched that or when I watched that, but yeah. I learned a lot. That was a lot. That was actually really informational. I liked it. I've liked it a lot. Fuck Scientology, nigga. Fuck them. I'm proud. Alright, chat. Love y'all niggas. I'm out. I don't think I'm gonna play today. I just wanted to watch a video. Fuck it.